Hi everyone, Dorota15 International Nail Artist and Educator here. I hope you have waited for this video. Today we are gonna be doing some lace nail art. Absolutely amazing and I love it so much, this kind of nails. Have a preview of it in here. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you do, hit the subscribe button for me. Also, you can share it as well so the others can see it too. So let's start. So I have done one hand already and we are going for those black lace. I actually cannot wait to show you guys like how to create this set. And I've got this hand started, but I will show you the infill. And today also I want to show you the review of this lamp because it looks so pretty. I even didn't unbox it, but look at this blink, like absolutely fantastic. So we will talk about it as well. But let's start removing the gems and all those decorations which I have on my nails. So I've got some old cuticle nipper and I try to, I'm gonna try to clip off like as much as possible, and the reason for it is like I don't want to block my bead, and as you can see it, like those flowers are really stocked extremely well on the set of the nails. So those the crystals we have used the Swarovski Pixie, so I'm just gonna remove it and clip it off like as much as possible. And what I actually like about it, because we've got chrome underneath, I can almost peel it, some of those crystals. So this is a really nice bonus, less filing for me to do. So what I'm doing, you can see it, I'm peeling it off like almost with the chrome, just so the things comes off easier. Always when doing those kind of stuff, like guys, watch for your eyes so the things do not get into your eyes. A bit boring, like a really hard part, but I really wanted to show you because some of you might struggle with those kind of decorations removal. Okay, the last two flowers, and the flowers are tested on my most heavy-handed clients, like they do last it on them as well, like they never lose one. There we are. Fantastic. Okay, our next step is to remove the gel polish which we've got in here, and remove any lifting if there will be any. I don't expect it because they aren't that old. I would say they are just a few weeks old. Normally I get away much longer. And when I remove the product, I always try to remove any bulkage which might be on the free edge, because when we shorten the nails they become much thicker. I've got always difficulty to reach this side, so I have to just twist my hand to make sure everything is removed, just so we've got less filing like later on. And also what I try to do is, like, when I remove the gel polish, I try to carry on like kind of pretty nice and smooth, so later on when we fill up with the gel, things are really quick and fast. Okay, that's this part done, the messy part done. So I'm just gonna push back my cuticles and do the next step. I'll just push them back. And then use the cuticle bead to clean them. And this is, guys, like I have read in one of the comments, like, why do you change the direction of the e-file? I just find it like, so if I would e-file that way, I find like it doesn't clean as well. So I do one side on the forward and then on the front speed, and then I'm putting it back and I'm doing the other part. I just find that it cleans better. Okay, next step is to trim those cuticles. I've got actually quite a lot because I have been bad for not oiling it the way I should. So I'm just gonna trim it. You can see it, there is a really decent amount. Quite unusual for me, but usually in those winter months I find that my cuticle aren't the best condition, like they tend to crack and are much drier. And in the summertime, I sometimes don't have to even do them, like, because they look so nice. Okay, we remove the dust and now we need to shorten them. So when we shorten the nail, as I say, they become much thicker. So like I'm shortening them. And also you can see the shape has changed. So I always like, when I'm doing the rebounds, I have to file from the side and the other side just to narrow them back in. And if you touch those sides, you need to kind of remove excess of the product which is in there. So you can see it on my filing lines. I did file this side and a free edge. The next thing is like we need to thin up those free edge so it's not thick, and then blend everything like the old product with the natural nail. Like make sure there is no product which is not blended. Okay, do the same in here. So I'm just shortening my nail. Actually a decent amount, I'm shortening it. File the other side and the other side. My natural nails grow so fast underneath, so they also really strongly visible. Blend that all in. See, you can see it, my cuticles are extremely dry. I'm just filing it with the hand file. Remove the dust and check the length. So this nail is not straight and it's a little bit too wide. So I'm just thinning it out. That is already better. Okay, next step is remove the dust and then take a file and search for any shiny places. So I can see I've got some shiny place here. I see I've got some stuff in here. So I'm just with the corner, I'm making sure everything is nicely prepped. Like you want your nails to last a really nice and long time. Get rid of the fan, we don't need it anymore. Okay, then we have to dehydrate our nail plate. So I'm using the blue scrub to remove any oils which might be on my nail plate. And then when you do that, you can still see it. I've got a tiny bit of the pink gel polish left in that corner. So I'm just cleaning that up. An extra nail prep. This is a nail dehydrator as well. I like to use it just to make sure the things are really nicely dehydrated. And we are going to use the Perfect Rose gel. Now, before I actually apply the product, I will talk about this lamp as well. So I got it from Shein and it comes in a box. So I will start talking with the box first. Because when you've got your lamp, it is really important what you use. So it comes with the box and it is a 70, this isn't like a really big deal, but it's a 70 watt lamp. It has 30 diodes in there. The important information for you is here. Okay, so that's the nanometers, and this lamp cures in 365 to 405 nanometers, and our gels do work in that range, which means it will be suitable to cure my product. Like when you're working with the gels, it is really important that the products are cured properly, and this lamp is gonna cure my product absolutely fine. So I'm just gonna apply universal air bond, wait a couple seconds for it to dry, and then we will do the backfill. So I'm picking up a very small scoop on the one side of my brush and then removing this product from my brush. Like I don't want to have anything, because if you do have like very little product, you can really nicely reach those cuticle area here. Like you can apply a really nice thin amount. You can like go even like, because there is my natural nail, I want to go kind of like almost
underneath, I would say it, like that will prevent any kind of splitting of the product from the natural nail. And then I'm doing exactly the same thing in here as well. Now we have to apply the apex area. So I'm picking up a small scoop of the product again, and then just fill up my apex area. I'm placing like a very small amount of the product, and I'm just gently brushing it on the nail, just so the thing smooths out nice. Okay, and then same in here. And gently brush out. By the time I put it to the lamp, the product will self-level nicely. I can just touch up this corner as well a little bit more, and that's my nails actually filled. We have to just cure them. Another thing which I love about this lamp is, so it is wireless. I actually need to remove that. I just wanted to keep it to have it protected from any dust and things, like, because I love those bling so much. And I'm so surprised, like, I mean, usually when you get the lamp from different kind of sources, it is kind of really risky. And I am really happy about this lamp from Shein, like absolutely amazing. I will be definitely using it when recording the videos, because that's the most pretty stuff I have ever seen. And I will give you the link and the description of this video as well if you fancy this one. I also like, so my nails are frozen now, I can remove it actually, and I'm gonna switch the light because I also want to show you the position of the lights. So for me, as a nail technician, it's really important that when the client put the hand in, there is a light at the end, so the tips, the free edge is gonna cure properly. But also look, normally you've got the light in here, but you don't have the second one, so sometimes it can cause the trouble with the thumb. Another reason why I love this lamp is that it is having a small distance from the base to the light. Okay, quite often I have find that the diodes is like far too high up, so when the client puts the hand in, it just doesn't reach it. Another thing which I really like it as well is the fact that you've got them on the top as well. So it's a really amazing placement of the actual light. Let me finish cooking my my nails, because they have done only 30 seconds, so we need another 30 seconds. Good thing for you as well, because obviously depending what brand you're using, is either find down what nanometers are required to cure your product fully, and then you know the nanometers of range for this lamp. Or what else you could do it is, I suggest hardly, because that was the one of the first things I have done actually. I have took my black gel polish, and the black ink is really highly pigmented gel polish, and if it does cure your product, when you apply it pretty thick, like even thicker than normal, and then go with your cuticle pusher like to try to scrape it, and you will see that it is really nicely cured. That's mean the lamp is doing the job really nicely, because sometimes you can almost like feel the product is cooked on the top but it's not cured inside, and that's a pretty dangerous situation. So that's a talk about the lamps, but I'm so surprisingly impressed with the lamp from Shein, and as I say, like, it will be my new favorite, and I give you the link in the description of this video, because I am just in love with that. It's just so me, so much bling on it, and it goes with our gels as well, like, you know, the more bling the better. But anyway, what else you have to do it to have those nice and beautiful nails? Again, we just repeat the same kind of motion. We have done it before, so I'm filing one side, other side, then making sure it's nice and straight. This side is dropping a little bit, so I'm going from underneath with my file to even it out, and then thin out the free edge again. Okay, so free edge is thin out. And I don't have to usually file this part of my nail, like where the apex is, because I apply just the right amount of the product. Then I have to blend everything around the cuticle area, I'm actually going to show you those places shiny, so you know that I do save a lot of time when filing. I mean, obviously this set is not going to be 100% perfect because it isn't a fresh set, but following this set, these steps, you can make your nails look nice even if they not freshly sculpted. Okay, I'm quite happy with that shape. Then let's file this once. One side, other side. Thin out those free edge. I love it when it's so nice and thin, but at the same time I need to have lots of product in this area to make the nails last, especially that I'm having like a really quite active lifestyle, I would say, you know, doing so much things, so you want to make sure they are gonna last and they have enough product on the places they should. Okay, my natural nails, like as I say, are pretty long, and when we will be doing the design, I will be placing it in a strategic places to cover the natural nail as well, because I didn't want to apply any gel polish over it. You can see it, there are still some empty spaces which I didn't touch, but that's absolutely fine. What I'm gonna do is now I'll grab the white buffer and just quickly buff the entire nail. That will smooth out things and like make it nice and pretty. Remove the dust, and then I usually use the gray buffer for a more precision, and I like those kind of movements because it gives your nails a really nice shape. Okay, so I'm also pushing back the cuticle area. I can sometimes even touch my nail folds with this buffer because it's quite strong but also gentle on my nail folds, so I like to kind of give those extra buff. Do it same in here. This actually nail fold is really bad, and I've got my natural nail visible in here, which we will cover with the design because I really don't like when my natural nails are visible. Okay, so clean it, things, touch up the side of this nail because okay, the things start looking pretty decent, so I'm just gonna do it quickly on those two nails and then come back to you guys. Okay, that's them all buffed now, and we can move on into the design. So clean it again with the blue scrub to remove any dust particles which might be stuck in there. Also, when my cuticles will be moisturized, they will look much better. I don't want to do it any more work on them. Remove this part, and then let's start doing the design. Okay, so we're gonna use some black and the D-liner brush for this pretty design. Just picking up a decent scoop. And then let's start painting. So I want some rose in here, and what I'm doing is I'm just doing like an almost like irregular dot in the middle. And then very irregular parts for the inside of the rose. You can also add like a wee almost triangle here. Wavy triangle. So I want them like to be very irregular. I would suggest the easiest way to do it is like trying to paint half a moon, but make your hand nice and shaky. So actually achieving this design on my right hand, painting with the left hand, wasn't a really hard task because my hands usually shake a lot when I'm doing the painting, but it turned out really nice and pretty. Okay, so we're just doing those nice rows in here. Prolong it. Add something here as well. And really large petal on the bottom. Join it in. I'm happy with that already. Now here I've got my natural nail, and in some cases it might show through, so I'm just placing a leaf in here. Here we are. And also I want to place some leaves in here as well. We could do it either leaves, or we could do it a lace, or we could do it some other things. I'm just going for 3 leaves. It will be just perfectly placed on the part where my natural nail is showing. Okay, happy with that. So I'm not going to cure it. I should be able to paint quickly another one. So on this one I want 1 rose as well. I'm going to do it on this side. So again, nice and shaky. I would say it looks quite complicated, maybe I would say, like, you know, quite advanced, but it's a very easy design, guys, and you have to try it because the lace looks so elegant and so easy to do it. Like, it looks much harder than actually it is. The only thing is, I would notice, like, when I have been teaching my students, the biggest mistake they do, they try to make it too regular. So, like, make sure, like, your petals are very different shapes, like. That's what will make it look nice. Another petal in here. Okay, and then I'm missing a large one there. Make it closer. And then paint some leaves. So here I actually, no, I need to place some leaf in here. Even a tiny one. And then some leaf here. Bless you, Patrick. It's okay. Okay, that's the leaves done. I'm gonna freeze it. And when you do the flash cure, guys, remember to cure it always at least 10 seconds to don't disturb the process too much. Now I've got 2 roses in here, so I'm just checking the placement. Here I can place 1, and when we do 2, they have to be obviously much smaller. So here we are, much smaller. Nice and wavy, like, and I actually like it that some parts are much thicker than the others. I think it just gives those really nice feel to those rows. Okay. Make this one bigger. And then another one in here. Then another one going inside. Okay, now we can do a triangle on the top. Nice and decent one on the bottom. And then touch up those ones as well. Okay, I'm checking also how they look from the other side. And I decided that I'm missing one more petal in here. Nice and wavy. Brilliant, some leaves. And that's enough in this one. So we are going to freeze it again 10 seconds, guys. And in that time, I'm going to also clean my brush because you can see it's just overloaded with the product. So just give it a nice wipe to it, and then we can move on into the next one. So I want a bigger rose in here. Nice and small dot, triangle. Then this triangle to overlap, like go behind. Smaller one inside. Nice and wavy one. Something bigger in here. The reason for it is we've got this natural nail in there. So that's it. It's disappear. That's what I always do when doing the designs. Like I would just place them in a strategic positions, like to hide the things. Really nice and wavy one, quite large because I want this rose to be larger, and I want quite a decent amount of the black in this one. Okay. Another petal to come up from here. Again, make it very close to the previous one. Can't twist my hand anymore. And the one on the bottom. Get it closer. So I'm kind of trying to get as close as possible to the previous petals, but without touching it, just so I've got some empty gap. Okay, and this rose is ready, really nice and pretty. I love this one. And then we're gonna add more leaves in here. So I want this leaf to also be more full. That's enough. And then we've got single one, just a wee tiny one in here. Touch in there, and I'm gonna make it heavier at the bottom and more gentle at the top. Nice triangle shape. Now on my right side, I don't have to cover anything. There is no natural nail. I've got natural nail visible on the left side. So I'm just placing a leaf in here. Okay, and also I'm gonna just touch up this one. Just so I've got more black. Brilliant. I can straight away grab the brush and start doing the lacy part. So now my brush needs to be extremely thin, guys, like as thin as possible. The thinnest lines you would achieve using the acrylic paints, and we could actually do it because the nail is buff. I'm not too fussy how this lace looks, so I'm just painting with the gel. Here I've got the natural nail, which I want to conceal even more. the main thing about the lace, like you wanted it to be less visible than your rose painting. Okay, here I'm checking the position, so I want this to come up from that side, so we're doing lines in there. Do not place your lines on the rose. And then I need to place one in here where the natural nail is, and also this one is running through this part in here. I can't twist my, normally I would paint that way, but that means I would run away from the camera. I'm just doing the opposite way. So nice strategic place. Could actually add a little bit more, one more line in here, just like this. Now this one is uncured, so I have to be very careful. To don't smudge it. I don't have to do anything in there. And then straight away, because my hand is in this position, I really don't like that, so remove that. Check what I smudged. Pink is the hardest because you just can't place it comfy. And then one line in here and one line in there. I'm just gonna touch up this petal and then we can cook them. I'm not gonna give it full cure yet, so it's just a 10 seconds cure in my brand new lamp. Like, I love it so much. Like, I cannot get over like how nice and blingy it is. And then the base gel, it's like a child getting a Christmas present, almost, like, you know, not that the Christmas is close because we've got so many months left, but that's how it feels like. And then gems, like, of course I need to decorate it with some gems, and I've got them here. On the farm, I want the gems to be on that side, and let me see what I've got. I actually didn't try to make them exactly the same, but just so the crystals are. And with the base gel, the crystals last absolutely amazing. Like, as you could guys see it in this video, when I was removing the old crystal placement, it just takes so long and it's so hard to remove it. Okay, not enough base gel. If your crystals doesn't want to unstick, that means you've got too much, not enough base gel, and you need to add more into your nail. Okay, place them nice. Can go a tiny bit closer. Happy with that. Because they are small gems, I don't have to worry about them like moving. And what I'm doing, I'm straight away placing 2 more gems. So 1. And 2. Move them to the right spot, check how they look, and give them 10-second freeze. Round 2. We are gonna go for some triangle shape in here. So nice and decent amount of this base gel. And I'm straight away kind of painting triangle shape. Give a shake to the crystals. I like when they are turned into the right direction, because then it's so much easier and faster to pick them up. And what I'm doing in here is I have 3 crystals on the top. 2 in there and then 1 on the bottom. Not that they are gonna stay that way. I just find it's easier for me to do it that way, like just place them in and then I can start correcting them. I feel like I'm probably also pushing those base gel so they even last better. I don't know, just like doing that way. And the last one just in there. Now because it's a triangle, I always see better if I just twist my hand the other way. Now I'm really fussy how I'm placing them. I want them to look pretty. And I actually really love how this triangle look with those roses. I think it's really nice addition. And so does the color of the crystals. Pretty, pretty. Let's freeze it. So another 10 seconds. And that's mean like with all those 10 seconds, our black is cooked. So it's ready for a top coat. But I want to add a couple of those silver caviar beads. And again, we are going to use the base gel. Just to finish my crystal application. And I don't know why, but I also find it like that. I actually know why. I lied to you. Like, I know why. I am 100% positive I know why. So if I use the caviar beads around my gems, what is happening, because I'm adding an extra base around them and I'm creating nice and smooth transition, first of all, my crystals are not catchy, so I can like put, you know, those lacy tights and all sort of different things which are really delicate without of damaging them and without of catching on my crystals, because I'm creating those smooth transitions. Okay, if I wouldn't place those caviar beads, the gems could maybe catch because they are a little bit raised, but this caviar bead is so tiny. And guys, those of you who have those caviar beads, like you can know the difference in between those ones and the previous ones you had when it comes to the size of them. So yeah, I will always like to read your comments, guys, as well, like when you have some of our stuff and you are liking it too. So pick up another 2 and a single one, and they are some so tiny that's usually I can do quite a decent amount of the caviar on my nails before I cure it, and the larger ones tend to move much faster, same like crystals. So again, drop of the base gel. Now my box is actually really old. I have since long time, and as you can see it, some of them are stuck together. When you're picking up those caviar beads, like ideally try to do it so gently that you do not bring too much of the base gel in there, because otherwise they will become stuck in your packaging. Like, and some of mine are stuck already, unfortunately, which make it more difficult to pick them separately. And absolutely, like, I love my nails with those small beads. I think that they just like get those luxury feel to them with those little beads. There we are. Okay, check how they look. I just need to move them a little bit. And then we can freeze them. So just a couple seconds freeze and then apply the top coat. Okay, I'm just gonna put the stuff on the side. So remember, guys, in the description of this video, I have give you the link to the lamp and also link to all the products I have used today, like the fiber gel, the caviar beads, and all sort of awesome things. I'm just applying the top coat, and now here is a strategic thing as well for applying the top coat. I'm pushing it against the crystals, and I'm usually covering the caviar beads. Now, because I've got my natural nails, I'm making sure I'm capping the free edge, but I don't mean free edge here. I mean here where I've got my natural nail. This has to be really properly sealed so it doesn't cause a trouble later on, because when the natural nails start separating from the product, you just have to basically start fresh. And I like to get away a few months from my fresh set. Like, I would say I do get a fresh set maybe every three to 4 months time. I would say 3-4 times a year I get a new set. So it isn't as often. I do get it. Probably that's why also the condition of my natural nail is so good as well, because we are kind of doing just the roots of my nail. And here again, another tip for those of you who lasted so long watching like the boring process of top coating. I always explain that to my clients when they ask me like, oh, when they should remove the nails, like because they need to breathe and things like that. So first of all, obviously the nails don't breathe, and actually doing the removal can cause more harm than if you would carry out like for 30 years non-stop wearing the nails. And I do explain them that if they have their hair done, like especially the bleach, like all highlights, they do not get a full head, like full color or on their hair. They only get their roots done, so the hair don't become damaged. And it's exactly the same situation with the nails. If you would be getting only your roots done, which is the growth area, you wouldn't damage your natural nails because each time we are applying the product only on the fresh time, of course, on the fresh part, of course, they will have to come in a decent amount of the time, because if they leave their nails on for too long, there is a more risk of lifting, and that's mean we will have to file those natural nail where the lifting is. So I would always recommend them to go for anything from 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the client. But you have to judge it yourself as well. Like if you get a new client, I always say 3 weeks is a maximum, because I don't know you, I don't know your lifestyle, and I don't know how my product is going to last on your nails. And then after that 3 time, we can do a judgment and see if there was any lifting or nails come back in a perfect condition. If they come back in perfect condition, we can prolong it for another week and so on till they reach the time when something is happening, and then we shorten that time. Okay, I just cleaned this area here, and then we are ready for a final cook, so 60 seconds to make them nice and shiny. Okay, so when my nails are cooking, I think I didn't tell you the most important thing about this lamp. Let me just get away my products. No cable, guys! It has no cable. I'm not sure if any of you noticed it. It is a cordless lamp, so you charge it, it shows you the battery level. I don't know how I could forget that. It's like, it's absolutely cordless. I know you cannot see it, but my nails are cooking, so it has a display. I've got still 33 seconds of my nails, but look, it's no cable, like it's nothing connected in here, and it's still working, like, ta-da! Amazing, isn't it? So you can charge it, and you can charge it with the USB cable, plus you've got some cable which is attached to that lamp as well. Nice and cute button. I believe it will be nightmare to clean it with all the gems on top. That's why I'm gonna keep it in a house just for myself. But yeah, my nails are 7 seconds to go is fine, because it's just my hands. That's what we have created today, and they are so pretty, so elegant. Like I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this video, learned something new, and I'm gonna do a really nice thumbnail picture for those nails, clean my hands, clean the cuticles, and now I'm sending you huge glittery hugs, and bye for now.